All right. Okay. So this is my briefing on. Firstly, is regarding your research, how your research is going to be monitored. All right. So the objective of this presentation is to give exposure on how your research progress is monitored by supervisors in UKM. Okay, and secondly, so I'm not going to share this yet. I have another slide um, about proposal defense. Yeah, so let me begin with this one first. Okay, how your progress is monitored. Okay, firstly, I'd like to congratulate to everyone for choosing UKM, the national university in Malaysia. There is only one national university in every country, and our university is the national university. So Australia have ANU, Australian National University. Singapore also have their national university. And thank you also for uh, choosing me as your supervisor. So this is some really important information regarding your PhD or EDD journey in UKM. So first is I'm going to explain about the compulsory courses. Probably you have already done it, or probably you haven't. Secondly is regarding the preparation for the proposal, and after that preparation for the next stage. So let me move to the first presentation. Okay, in PhD schedule, just have a look at here, and you could get this from the booklet, the guide. Yeah. Okay, the guide is in both language, Malay as well as in English. But just to make it clear, I have created this in order for you to easily understand it. All right, so this is for your 3 years PhD time frame. All right, so what we are aiming is to complete 3 years, not including your language requirement. If you have, for example, PEP, intensive English program. Okay, so that's not including, not included that one. Okay, so you have year, year one, year two, year three, and then you have semester. Okay, for every year you have first semester, second semester, and so on. And this is the work schedule. All right, so there are 5 phases altogether, not including the proposal preparation. So when you in your first semester, you have to register the 2 courses. Yeah, 2 courses, quantitative and qualitative. You know, if you like, if you are interested uh, to be in my class for qualitative, just register set 5. Yeah, set 5, because I am one of the teaching staff for set 5. Okay, semester 2, you're supposed to submit proposal, but if you are late, so probably the semester after. But this is the ideal planning. Phase 1, the proposal. Phase 2, the progress. Phase 3, enhancement. Phase 4, okay, you submit the very final one, but the first draft. Yeah, so that's the for the viva. Phase 5 is the final draft. So there are some work schedule that you can do it for each of these phases. Let's go to the first one. All right, for the proposal. Yeah. Okay, so after this you can tick enrollment in the required courses. How many courses? 2 courses. Yeah, 2 courses, 8014 and 8015. 8024. Okay, 8014 is for qualitative, 8024 is for quantitative. Okay, what is the reason why you have to register? This is a compulsory courses. These are methodology courses. Okay, so you're going to be taught how to do the research. So very important. Yeah, and you must pass these two courses in order for you to submit your proposal. Okay, and apart from that, this is the UKM requirement. You also have to take Malay language. I think it is 1083. Okay, Malay language, so that next semester we could communicate with each other using basic Malay. Like how to say apa kabar, how to say uh, how to say nasi lemak. Yeah, how to say yeah, there's the basic expressions. Okay, number two, you need to conduct literature review, and you need to identify your research problem and how to identify the research problem. So that's why you need to do some literature review, so that you have the problem and you have the the literature in order to show how important it is to do the research. All right, so review the literature, and after that you're gonna write the first draft. All right, the first draft. Okay, you probably have your first proposal, but that's not enough. Yeah, your 2 pages that you have before you register in UKM is just for management here to know what area you are going to do your research, and then how to match up with your future supervisor. Okay, so which means that for this one you need to prepare your chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. All right, okay, so you need to go to your supervisor. Yeah, ask your supervisor to check, and you keep improving your draft. Yeah, so it doesn't matter, it's just the things that you're gonna bear in your research journey. Like for example, you submit your draft to your supervisor, and your supervisor asks you to make some changes, some correction. So you do it, and you submit again, and more corrections that you have to do. So it doesn't matter, that's the part of the process. Yeah, so don't worry. Yeah, you are not alone, everyone is like that. Yeah, when I was a student, I was also like that. So I need to do a lot of correction. Okay, now we go to number 2, phase 2. Okay, all right, so this is some explanation on the proposal preparation. Okay, so registration of the compulsory courses. So methodology courses, 8014, 8024. Yeah, how many courses? Okay, in Faculty of Education there are 2 compulsory courses. Yeah, in some other faculties only 1, research method. Yeah, when to register? Actually, it doesn't matter if you want to register in the first semester or second semester, but I recommend to do it in the first semester, or as soon or as early as possible. Yeah, so that you don't have to delay your proposal defense. Yeah, okay, you also learn about methodology. Yeah, both, doesn't matter, quantity as well as qualitative. So this is what the SMP web looks like. So you will be given your password, your username. So just go into this and then register the 2 courses. Okay, choose the one that have GGG. Okay, that's the code of our faculty. I think GGGC 8014, yeah, and GGGC 8024. Okay, what happen if you don't register in the compulsory courses? Okay, so the implication is that you cannot proceed to the proposal defense. Yeah, and I think there was a case, he didn't take compulsory courses, but he was ready to do the defense, and he had to delay the proposal defense until he passed the compulsory courses. All right, so that takes 1 semester. So I think the best way is to register as early as you can, first semester or second semester. All right, okay, now we go to the second one. Okay, now still in the year one. Okay, for your information, it doesn't matter if you register second semester in UKM is now beginning end of March. All right, and the first semester is actually begins on October. In fact, you can register anytime, but for the courses, because it is formal courses, uh, okay, conducted during the teaching weeks. There are 14 weeks altogether, teaching weeks. Yeah. So for the qualitative one, GGGC 8014. Okay, so you will get the timetable once you register the course. All right, what about the phase one? Phase one is the proposal. For the proposal, you need to identify the theoretical issues. Just spend your time reading some article on the theories relevant to your research. I think that it is recommended for you to read thesis that in your area, those who did the research, the topic is very, very close to your topic. Yeah, so just have a look at the theories used there and think about, yeah, probably you gonna be using the same theory as well. Yeah. Okay, number two, putting forth the main issue. So you need to identify, the main issue in your research, and then you need to identify the best methodology. So we have the approach. Yeah, according to Creswell, there are 3 approaches. Yeah, we have 3 approaches: the quantitative, the qualitative, and the mixed method. So which one? Yeah, so which one? Okay, if your questions has the word why and how, so probably the qualitative is the best method. Or probably you're gonna tackle both. You're gonna look at the surface and you're gonna go deeply into the area, so you need to do the mixed method. Okay, okay, now we go to the next one. All right, so this is the oral examinations that you're gonna have. All right, okay, I put the Malay so that you can be familiar, but I also have the English one. Yeah. Okay, the first oral examination that you need to do is the proposal defense. Yeah, proposal defense. So I think it's gonna be in your first or second or probably third semester. Yeah. Okay. If you are successful in your defense, you can continue with the data collection. But if you are not successful, you have to improve your your thesis, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Yeah, or you are passed, but you have to do some minor correction. All right, so you have to show what you have corrected, show it to your supervisor and also examiner. Yeah, from the proposal defense we have the examiner. Okay, so once you pass, you collect the data, and after that you have to do the presentation. And the presentation, for proposal defense, progress, refinement. Okay, and then the final stage is the viva. This is the grand finale. Yeah, the viva, the very last things that you need to do before you can be called doctor. Yeah. Okay, and then phase number two. Yeah, phase number two is the progress of the data collection. You go to your fieldwork, and then you analyze your empirical data. So you have to make sure that your methodology is correct, your methodology is stringent. Yeah, especially for quantitative, make sure you you know you look after that part, the validity and the reliability. Yeah. Okay, for quanti, it begins at the proposal, because you need to develop the instrument, and you must go through the validity and reliability check, whether external or internal validity. Yeah, and you also need to use the SPSS in order to get the calculation. Yeah, on Cronbach alpha, the reliability. For those who are doing qualitative, validity and reliability or trustworthiness is also very, very important, you know. Okay, but the hardest part for quanti is before you start the research. The hardest part for quali is during the data collection. After the data collection, you have to generate the team, and that's the challenge that you're gonna have. So you're gonna have overloading of information, overloading of data. Okay, and after that you have the research findings, and then after that you are ready for enhancements. So in Malay, what is enhancement? Pemantapan. Yeah, enhancement. So stage 4 now, stage phase 3 now. Alright, phase 3. Okay, so you begins to think about chapter 5 now. Chapter 5 is on discussion and also recommendation. Okay, you already have reviewed some literature in chapter 2, and now you try to make meaningful connection between chapter 2 and also chapter 4. Literature review with the findings that you have. Yeah, so integrating literature and research findings, and you also need to highlight important themes that you have captured in your research. So that's for chapter 5. All right, so that's basically, yeah, uh, starting from proposal preparation, and then you go on to phase number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. All right, so after that you can go back to China with a smiling face, and everyone will call you Dr. Wang, yeah, Dr. Zheng, and so on. Yeah, so at that time uh, I won't be with UKM anymore because I retired in 2025. But if you are within the schedule, okay, so I can be present at Daktar. Daktar is the hall where convocation is held. Yeah, so hopefully I can be there and smile, and you can see my smile when you receive your scroll from the vice chancellor. Yeah, in that's our vision 2025 in 3 years time. Okay, now phase number 4. Number 4 is first draft. So for in order to submit your thesis, you need to give a 3 months notice for thesis submission. Yeah, all right, and after that you submit. So within 3 months you submit, and then be prepared. So for the viva, it is held not during the seminar. Okay, there are external examiner, internal examiner, your supervisor, but your supervisor cannot say anything. Okay, and you have to defend your proposal there. And after that, there will be some questions from examiner and also from chair of the meeting. Okay, so I have a question here. A question. Yes. Okay, Wang said, yes, work hard. We will invite you to give lecture in China. All right, thank you very much. Yeah. Hopefully by that time, I will be able to speak a good Chinese. Yeah. Yeah. And you also, you will be able to speak good Malay at that time. All right. Okay. Okay, you submit, and after that, I think not many people have done this. You know, uh, pass with no correction. Yeah, pass with no correction. Okay, most people will get pass with minor or major correction. Yeah, so probably if major corrections 6 months, minor correction 3 months. Okay, that's yeah, 3 months. Okay, after that you submit. And another thing is make sure plagiarism is very serious offense. Yeah, so in order to do that, you need to have turn in a report to see the similarity. And at the moment, we expect the similarity is less than 30%. What happen if you know, your thesis got more than 30%? I think you have to rephrase your sentence. Yeah. Okay. Try as much as you can to make the similarity index less than 30%. Yeah. Otherwise, you got a problem there. All right. Okay. Next. All right. So monitoring through student progress. So normally, for compulsory courses, you will be given a mark at either pass or failed. Okay, and that's system is SMP web. All right. Okay, SMP web. And apart from that, every semester your supervisor will fill in this form. So this form is in Malay, but I got the translation, the translated version after this slide. Just have a look at here. All right. Okay, this is the translation. Okay, there are a few items, so just make sure you can fulfill each of these. Number one is regarding the supervision. How frequent the students see a supervisor? So it doesn't matter online or physical, so you must make sure to contact, to communicate with your supervisor. Yeah, so your supervisor will tick one of these, will check one of the either never see a supervisor, never ever communicate with supervisor, or sometimes, or probably extensive, so very frequent. Okay, number two, how much has the student read? Okay, that's depending on where you are at the moment. So at the moment, probably limited or fair amount, because you just register with UKM. All right, so the stage you are right now is writing for proposal, you know, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. Yeah, so limited, fair amount, or extensive. Number 3, how much has the student researched? Okay, now at the beginning, halfway through, or in the final stage. All right, at the beginning, if you haven't presented the proposal, halfway through, after you presented the proposal, up until data analysis, final stage is after data analysis, and you are about to submit your thesis. Okay. Okay, now we go to number 4. There are a lot of questions on number 4. thesis writing. And okay, so thesis writing at the beginning, halfway through, or final stage. And then we have a lot of questions under 4B, the supervisor's evaluation. Yeah, there are many aspects there. The first one, is regarding the methodology. So I put the color coding in the actual form. There is no color coding, just so that you can see clearly, just for your eyes. So I put the color coding here. Okay, the methodology, either weak, mediocre, good, or excellent. Yeah, so mediocre is average, around average. Yeah. Okay, good is better than mediocre, but we want is the excellent one. Okay. Okay, mastery of basic knowledge in the discipline. All right. Because you are in higher education, so you need a lot about you need to read a lot about anything about the framework of higher education. For information for you from China, the framework of higher education in China, the private universities, the university, are there any special philosophy, are there any special ministry just for higher education, or probably in China, because it's depending on countries, like in Malaysia, because we are such a small country. Yeah, so we have a special ministry, one uh, ministry specialized in higher education. Okay, for Australia, education belongs to the provinces. Yeah, we don't have a ministry of education in Australia, but we have Ministry of Education in the state of New South Wales, one of the state in Australia. What about China? So I'm not sure. Could be, each provinces have, their policies, their philosophies, and so on. Or probably it is governed by Beijing. Yeah, governed by Beijing. Okay, number 3, research rigor. How meticulous you are. How good you are in terms of research. Okay, so if you are really careful, so you concern about a lot of things, so that means you are very rigorous. Yeah, you concern about validity and reliability. You concern about trustworthiness and so on. So that's rigor. Yeah. Okay, novelty of ideas. If the is it new knowledge what you have, your research, or old ideas. Okay, so that's novelty of ideas. Number 5, language and delivery of ideas. Okay, for those whose English is not good, you are supposed to take IEP or PEP under UKM shape. Yeah, and after that you can progress level by level until you are able to communicate. Yeah, in PhD level, okay, the examination is the oral examination, where you presented beginning you where you will be presenting beginning with the proposal, and then uh, the refinement, the progress, and so on. Yeah, so very important to make sure. Yeah, okay, not only in term of listening, but also in term of speaking, communicating. Yeah, okay, so hopefully after this you don't have to use a translator, because you can say spontaneously without using any translator or without using any apps. That's need time. Okay, language and delivery of ideas. The more important thing is how well you communicate your ideas, through speaking, through verbal communication, and also in your thesis, how you write it. Yeah. Okay, and the last aspect is other things. So your supervisor may write, one thing that he feel is very important, and we will check weak, mediocre, good, or excellent. Okay, there are more. And number 5 now, student attitude and motivation. Okay, so you must show you are high spirited, you know, ready to learn. Yeah. Okay, low, average, or high. Okay, but you have problem, you can also tell your supervisor. Yeah. If the student is in the last semester, okay, that's not relevant. That's only relevant if you are about to, if you have already done your data analysis. And number 7 is the overall performance: weak, mediocre, good, or excellent. Yeah. And very, very important one, number 8. Okay, final evaluation. So the final evaluation, okay, this very, very important. Okay, the supervisor will fill in the form, and this determine your future, whether you are still studying in UKM or you are out. Okay, you are still in UKM if you passed. Yeah, if you pass, you are still in UKM if you are passed, but there are certain things that your supervisor is not happy, so you will be given a reminder. Okay, or very much your supervisor is not happy, so you'll be given one warning, but you can still continue. Or the worst option is you don't communicate with your supervisor. Yeah, you are MIA, missing in action. Yeah. Okay, no information at all, so your supervisor will give you fail and terminated. Okay, the last one fail and terminated. Okay, for the others one, okay, there are the system. Okay, after 4 reminders you will be terminated, or after 2 reminders and 1 warning. Okay, the first one is 4 reminders. Yeah, second one is 2 reminders plus 1 warning. Okay, or 2 warnings. Warnings very serious, only 2 warnings and then you will be out. Or right away, 1 fail and got terminated. Alright, okay, so this is relevant to PhD as well as EDD. Alright, so what you need to do is frequent communication, demonstrate to your supervisor how much you know about your research, ask your supervisor view about some thought that you have read in the literature, methodology knowledge, basic discipline, show your attitude and your motivation. Okay, you might get the understanding PhD is the scary journey, like going to the zombie land.